Okay, guys, so thank you very much for being available for this short interview. This is basically, I already asked Marcus what were his main takeaways from the panel. So the panel was about verticals, right? And Industry 4.0 and all these nice things we expect. So my question to each one of you from the panel is a very basic one. What do you think that will be the killer app in your area for 5G? Sorry, it's a tough question, I know, but Andreas, do you want to start with this one?
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Luis. So the killer app in general, of course, is manufacturing. I hope there is no doubt about it. But of course, manufacturing is a broad field. So there's not just a single use case, but a wide variety of different use cases. And actually, we will see a journey with 5G. It will start with some low-hanging fruits. So connecting mobile devices, automated guided vehicles, and things like this. Retrofitting will play an important role at the beginning so that you can put some sensors somewhere without having to lay a cable. And then gradually, we will see more and more advanced applications. So as the technology matures and also more trust is established, and then I'm thinking about, for example, virtualized controllers, which are not located on a production line, but in an edge cloud, and then we close the control loop over 5G. So for that, we really need low latency, high reliability, real-time capability, and so on. So this is then more the longer-term future, right? Because for that, I mean, manufacturing is also a bit conservative, so we really have to establish trust first. So that's why we need many more trials. We need validation, evaluation of the performance in real-world environments. And of course, we need 3D16 as a starting point for many of these advanced use cases. But it will be a journey, and in general, we have seen it also in the panel. There is a lot of potential in manufacturing, also from an economic point of view, because a lot of value is still created in manufacturing. So therefore, I'm really convinced that manufacturing is the most attractive vertical out of the many verticals that we see here.
Let's check this next year in Porto's edition of the conference, okay, Andreas?
Sure, sure.
Okay, who wants to be next?
I can.
Adam, please, go ahead.
I can move. So from the point of e-health, I think the killer application in the sense of numbers of participants and roll out the coverage of the usage of the application will be the new changing model of interaction between every citizen, specifically elderly, but essentially everybody, with the healthcare providers, meaning that we will move toward a higher ratio of virtual interactions versus face-to-face. I don't need to go to my doctor to talk about just changes in my blood pressure or whatever. That can be arranged by tele talk and tele discussion. And from that, we will gradually move toward tele-integration of devices measuring the vitals. So the blood pressure should not be written down and then carried by piece of paper to the doctor, to the hospital to discuss. He should be able once per week to call up all the data and call me if there is something to discuss and talk to me. And then we'll gradually move even further toward early recognition of some symptoms and some irregularities, which even don't really alert the person to such an extent as to go to the doctor. So we have to move toward prevention. And now the key requirement, besides of all the software development and all the technical stuff, there will be economic models which will drive that, changing from paying for treatment to payment for keeping people healthy. Essentially, what the king in Babylon, old ancient times did, he paid the doctor when he was well.
It's what we call in engineering being proactive instead of reactive, right?
Correct, absolutely. And that we have to impose, and the technology makes it possible. That I think will be the real rollout in the big scale.
Thank you, Adam. Well, keeping you with the A's, Alicia, please.
Hello.
What will be the killer app in your area?
Well, in agriculture, I vote for increased capability for accelerated imaging processing. For the precision agriculture to become a reality, we need real-time intelligence on the crop health. And this is the way to be more efficient, to save product, to reduce pollution. And this is something that really can be improved thanks to 5G. So I would say that the possibility to get this imaging processed faster so that you can go and on the same day make the whole work, this would be the main difference, I think, for agriculture.
So precision agriculture will be a reality in a few years, right?
Yes, I definitely believe so. Of course, there are different levels, you know, of evolution that can be achieved. We are starting with this, but as in every vertical, data becomes more and more important. If you know how much of your production you are going to save from the start, you know, if you are able to get all this information before it's too late to react, then you will save a lot of cost, and this will obviously generate much more value for the whole chain. So yeah, I'd vote for that.
Thank you. Okay, going to the L's, we have a Luis and a Luisa. So Luisa, please.
In the PPR vertical, I think there is no killer solution. I think everything must be leveled up. So currently, the situation we have in most countries, in most solutions, is very, very limited and brings no value almost to anyone. We have issues with the security, with the reliability, with everything. And 5G, I do believe it will bring a solution for all these questions and all of these. So we will see enhanced situational awareness by having high quality video and imaging. We have bidirectional critical information traveling between device decision centers and the field. We have the latency and which is always an issue when you need to make decisions which affect human life, affect people. And then you have the location. We have discussed this in the panel, the geolocation, the precision. We have nowadays the outdoor geolocation, which works okay for most of the scenarios, but indoor we still have a lot of problems, and we cannot find. We have impact of smoke, fire, which changes a lot of this. So I do believe that all of this together, the different frequencies in different locations, will be what will drive this vertical to adopt 5G in the future.
Thank you, Luis. Luisa, last but not the least, obviously.
Thank you very much.
Expectations in your area are enormous, to say the least, right?
Expectation is for every user that is moving around. The killer application is each single kilometer is driven by any kind of vehicle. Can be a passenger car or can be a truck, can be a motorbike, a train. Every kind of vehicle should have what we call, it is called in every field, the situation awareness, because you have to know in advance what's going on. This is absolutely what is needed in short. And we have a high expectation from the 5G performances.
Yeah, so we'll keep track on that for the next editions of the conference. Thank you very much, guys, for being available for this short interview.